people in a certain field that know about the subject very well. It is also, first, who writes in those journals. You should know a lot about your field or about the subject you're writing about. It's not like a journalist. A journalist reads here and there. You should have a deeper knowledge about the academic article or article that is written in an academic journal is, first, it's long. So there are long articles. When you write, you have to write where did you got your knowledge from, to cite people. And that is important. Like in journalism, you don't. You can just write, this is what's happening. You don't have to write where you got this information. In an academic journal, you have to write where you got that information. Another thing, a lot of academic, there are all kinds of articles. Some are qualitative, some are quantitative, those are methods. So a lot of time there is a table there, or a graph, numbers, many times in academic journals. So they're much more complicated and not for ordinary people. And another thing about academic journals, most academic journals are peer-reviewed. What it means is that it is most, not all of them, but most academic journals or scholarly journals. What it means is that, for example, I'm the editor of academic journal. Editor means a person who manages the journal. And then I have an editorial board of 10 people. For example, you send me your article. You're in my editorial board and some other people. So you send your article to me. As an editor, I'll send it to you and a third person, for example, blind review without your name. You will read it, send me your comments to an editor, and then I will send you telling, reject it, you have to do major changes, you have to do some small changes, there are always some changes, and then it will be published. You are peer reviewers. You are in that field. So most academic journals, and this is important, most scholarly academic journals are peer-reviewed, but not all of them. Because if it's not peer-reviewed, I'm the editor, you send me, I will read it, and I will decide what to do with it. But if it's peer-reviewed, more people are involved, and the criteria are higher. So these are the most important things about academic journals. All too soon for sound. Okay, a lot of students, when they first see their assignment, and for example, the assignment says that they need 3 scholarly articles, or academic articles, or peer-reviewed, we talked about peer-reviewed. And a lot of them will go to Google. And of course, Google is not the place where you find them. You will find all kinds of things in Google, but rarely academic articles, and you won't know that this is the academic article. So you don't go to Google. What we have databases. And we have, Arizona State University has about 300 databases, and they cost a lot. Each database has a lot of academic articles, and how you access these databases, they are on our library website. How you access our library website, they're in MyASU, or there is a link, lib.asu.edu, or MyASU on the left side, there is a link to the library. Databases, for example, education has its own databases, like ERIC, Education Full Text, and but there are also databases that are multidisciplinary. And one of the most popular databases is Academic Search Premier, which a lot of people call EBSCOhost. So there you search, and if you go to our webpage, you will see there a link to the databases. Also, we have library guides because we have 300 databases. How do you know which database is for your subject. That's why we have library guides. Each subject librarian has library guides for their subjects. For example, education, because I'm education also librarian, we have education library guide. Library guides, when you go there, you will see something like labeled as articles or research databases or help with articles, whatever, something like that. And that means these are the databases. You click there and you will see the databases that are relevant to your subject. I mean, it's not complicated. There are some tips. We have classes here, how to search these databases. It's a little more complicated than Google, but it brings much better results, more relevant. And if you learned it once, you will learn it for all the databases. They work. It's similar. It's on similar pattern. Mm-hmm. So this is how you find these articles. You cannot know if academic journal is good or not. I mean, that is something that a professor should tell you, but whether it is good in the field or not, because some journals are better than others, and that is something that only professors know. Only people who publish in those journals will tell you, because in each field some journals are excellent and people want to publish there, and some journals are not so good. And they can all be peer-reviewed journals, scholarly journals. But this is something that you will not find, and librarians cannot tell you. That is something that your professors can tell you. But whether it's credible or not, if it's an academic journal, if it's through our library website, and it's peer-reviewed, academic, it is credible. All the databases have something there, a box or something that you check and it says peer-reviewed. So you can check only peer-reviewed articles. Or, for example, EBSCO, you mentioned that, I mean, Academic Search Premier or EBSCO Host, it has on the left, it has also options only academic journals. And it also has options only peer-reviewed because, as we said, academic journals, most of them are peer-reviewed, but not all of them. So there is an option on Academic Search Premier to click and have only academic journals or only peer-reviewed. This is how you know that they're credible. But whether they're the best in their field or not, the quality, this is professors, your professors.